this morning, which is terrific, including our prayer references. And so I'm sorry you're being addressed by a composer, but that's what I am. So here we go. I will tell you that in the last 10 months that I've been here, I've had the opportunity 3 times to experience the hawks up close and personal. So on the railing outside my office, the 2 hawks that nest here sit sometimes. And the windows on the office are dark, and so you can see them, but they can't see you. So I have an opportunity to study them up close, very close, like 2 feet away. They are unbelievably beautiful, unbelievably beautiful. What's amazing about these 2 hawks is that their appearance from the ground as they're soaring and flying is kind of like, it looks like a red hawk. When you get up close, the feathers are so varied and so delicate in their different tinges and colors. There's whites and tans and light browns and dark browns. It is like something you couldn't imagine without seeing them at that close a distance, and it's very inspiring. So I just did a little research into hawks. I just wanted to learn more about hawks. I will tell you that it's kind of amazing that when I did a Google search for hawks, there are 49,800,000 references. 49,800,000 references to hawks. The University of Hartford hawks, ready for this, are 8th. They come in 8th. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to do something that's probably impossible. I'm going to liken all of you to hawks today. So here we go. Hawks have been around a long time. I hope you're around a long time. Aristotle listed 11 kinds of hawks, and Pliny, they don't say the elder or the younger, just Pliny, cataloged 16 kinds of hawks. I'm going to say it's the elder. Faculty? Okay, we're going elder. Pliny the Elder said 16 kinds of hawks. Now here's something you all know because you're graduating from college today. Hawks are very smart. It turns out that in 2005, Canadian ornithologist Louis Lefebvre announced a measure of measuring avian IQ by measuring their innovation in feeding habits. Based on this scale, hawks were named among the most intelligent birds. I have been to the Commons several times. I've been to Jengris and watched you eat. You have innovative feeding habits too. So I'm calling you among the most intelligent humans on the planet. I hope we have given you a vision. I hope we have given you an exceptional vision for your future. I hope that we have given you the ability to see clearly, to analyze critically, and to think about your future in deep and profound ways. As you know, hawks have the most amazing eyesight of almost any animal on the planet. They in fact have 4 types of color receptors. This is incredible, these give the hawks the ability to perceive not only the visible range, but also the ultraviolet part of the spectrum. Other adaptations allow for the detection of polarized light or magnetic fields. They're like superheroes. This ability is due to a large number of photoreceptors in the retina. They have 1 million per square millimeter compared to 200,000 per square millimeter in humans. So their eyesight is 5 times better than us. They have incredible, incredible vision. I hope you do too. I will also say that we hope to have ingrained in you some good habits around migration. I've noticed this behavior in hawks just like in most of you. Like most birds, hawks migrate. Some of them travel a long distance, and it's turned out that long-distance travelers tend to begin their move in early autumn, sounds familiar, or in December, sounds familiar, and they start those moves kind of early. The studies on the speed and efficiency of their migration show that it's better for a hawk to arrive early. This is the fun part. I imagine check-in day at the dorms. This is because the first bird that arrives has the first pick of mates, living area, food, and survival necessities. So get to your dorms early. You've done a great job. Hawks are adaptable. They are the most common. The red-tailed hawk is the most common hawk in North America, and they are able to live anywhere, just like you. So I will say that hawks start out in the nest, fed by their parents. When they fly, they flap their wings rapidly, and then they can dive as fast as 120 miles per hour, one of the fastest moving, living creatures on the planet. You're ready to move forward, right? You've been fed, you've been housed. Parents, it's time to let them fly. I can feel that energy in the room today. Now, I'm going to tell you something a little romantic. It doesn't really have anything to do with this today, but I just love it. And that is when hawks choose a mate, they build a nest first. And then they do a little dance. And the dance is actually in the air. And the male and female hawk fly in circles, concentric circles, rising higher and higher in the sky. Then they dive, then they do it again, and they go higher. Then they dive, and they do it again and go higher. At some point, they decide that they're a couple. And they actually grab onto each other, and they free fall towards Earth. And so they are essentially saying to each other, we have complete faith in this pairing. We're gonna pull this off before we hit the ground. And they do. It's quite a beautiful, beautiful picture, isn't it? The circles and the raising higher, and then the free fall. I know you've built lifelong relationships here at the University of Hartford. Your best friends, they'll be with you for life, free fall or not. Perhaps the most important thing I learned about hawks is this. You have all learned the power of community. You know that humans wouldn't exist if we didn't do it together. We would be in trouble. The idea of flocking is an important concept for hawks, and it's turned out that it has been concluded, this is a great word, that it is a commutative tool used by birds and other animals to increase their survival. It's become clear to observers that a hawk traveling in a flock has a greater chance of survival than if traveled alone. And in the interest of lifelong learning, I looked up commutative, I can't even say it, sorry mathematicians, and it's this: involving the condition that a group of quantities connected by operators gives the same result whatever the order of the quantities involved, e.g. A times B equals B times A. Got that? Your last test will happen on the way out. If you can pass this, you're good. So it turns out that we're very much like hawks. In reality, we're pretty much like every living thing on Earth, whether we have fur or feathers or scales or skin. I wish you all the best, my fellow hawks. I hope you can enjoy this day, focus on this moment, be a little selfish, think about what you've done to accomplish this, and as you go forwards, soar, soar, soar like hawks. Congratulations.